Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you some really creative ways that you can create patterns inside of Cricut Design Space and also in Microsoft PowerPoint. So we're going to do patterns or create patterns two different ways that we can use in Cricut Design Space when we're working with images or text. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to add a shape. And they don't have to be very big. So what I'm going to do is have it about there. And then I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. So we got one there. And we're going to do another one. And another one. And all I'm doing is right clicking and duplicating. And it doesn't have to be pretty or anything like that. But I'm just going to line them up kind of where I can't see any break in the color or in the square. All right, so that first square, I'm going to go up to my colors and I'm going to make it a blue color. The next square, I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to do like a green. The next square, I'm going to do a yellow. And then the next square, I'm going to do a red. Okay, so there's my color scheme there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the print screen key on my laptop. So this is the PRT space SC screen. You may have like snippet on your laptop. So these instructions are using a laptop. Okay. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to take a snippet of these 3 colors. Let me get my mouse where I can see it. So I'm just going to take a snippet of these 4 colors. And there they are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to Microsoft PowerPoint now that I have a copy of those. And you could also, use any software that you have. Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, any of those will work. You can use Word Art, notepads, anywhere that you could actually copy what you just, or paste what you just copied. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to save as a picture. And in my desktop folder, on my desktop, I have a patterns folder. So I'm going to look for my pattern folder, which is here. And I'm just going to call this colors 2. And I'm going to save it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't need it any longer. And I have a really nice font that's called Slime. And I got this font from Creative Fabrica. So I will link my code in the description if you would like to check out this font on Creative Fabrica. I got it for $1. So I'm going to type in Merry Christmas. If I can learn how to spell. All right, so I'm going to type in Merry Christmas, and then I'm going to come here to alignment and center that. And so right now it's just a black font, okay? So what I'm going to do in order to use that pattern that I just created is I'm going to upload that pattern into Cricut Design Space. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Upload, and on the right side, I'm going to click on Upload Pattern and Browse. And I'm going to go back to my desktop to my patterns folder. which is here. And I'm going to take this colors 2. And now I can name this whatever I want to call it. I'm going to leave it on colors 2. If you want to put it in a certain color folder so that you'll know that all of your patterns for, let's say, text is in the orange folder, then you can select the color of a folder. But I'm not going to get that detailed. I'm going to leave it as is and just hit upload. So now I'm going to cancel here and go back to my desktop where I have my Merry Christmas. And now I am going to change this from a basic cut to a standard print. Now you do have to change this to a print if you want to use patterns. Okay, you cannot use patterns on a basic cut. So we're going to change this to standard. And then we're going to click on the black color next to the print then cut. And we're going to change this from color to pattern. And we're going to go and grab that pattern that we just created in Cricut Design Space. And there it is. Now this will be really, really cute if you offset it just a little bit, because that'll give it kind of like that little coloring, around it. And so, oh, I didn't hit apply. My bad. So I'm going to hit apply. And it's going to throw that little offset on there. Now you can make the offset whatever color you want to make it. So we can go here and just click on, I like this kind of bluish color. So I'm going to leave it like that. So that is one way that you can create some really, really nice patterns inside Cricut Design Space with multiple colors, because normally you just click on the color and you choose whatever color they have, in Cricut Design Space. But you could go in, add you a couple of squares with different colors, whatever color scheme you want to use, and then take a snippet or a snagit or a print screen of those colors and save them somewhere on your computer. Once you save them on your computer, then you want to go in and upload that pattern to Cricut Design Space. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing inside of Microsoft PowerPoint. So there we have our Merry Christmas with the slime font. By Creative Fabrica. And now I'm going to go over to PowerPoint. So now when I go into PowerPoint, I'm just going to delete this because I don't need it. So in order to create a pattern in Microsoft PowerPoint, what you can do is right click on a blank slide and just choose Format Background. And on the right hand side, you're going to choose Gradient Fill. And you can see I've already played around with this, but I'm going to make this where all of the colors are, hold on one second, preset. We're just going to make it all green. All right, so here we have a slide in Microsoft PowerPoint. And what I'm going to do is, using the gradient fill, I'm going to be using these stops here to where I want to put my colors. So you can see as I'm moving this stop, notice on my screen that color is moving up. Now it's moving down. Okay, so these are gradient stops. Each one of these gradients you can assign a color to. So that first gradient, I'm going to go in and make it a blue color. This second stop, I'm going to make it a yellow color. And the third stop, I'm going to make it, leave it in the green family. And then that last gradient stop, I'm going to make red. Okay, now you have a little plus here where you can actually add a gradient. So if you want to add more gradients, you can do that, and you can move these colors down. Okay, so now we have 6 gradients, and again, all you have to do is just go in and click on each gradient and then choose the color that you want it to be. Okay, so now we have our pattern, and you can play around with the direction the pattern is going in. If you click on that drop down arrow, you can change the direction that the gradient colors are going. So if you would prefer to have that red at the top and the blue at the bottom, you can do that. You can also play around with the angles just by clicking on that up arrow there. So that'll let you do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here. I think I kind of like that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just, again, going to use my print screen key on my keyboard. And you can use print screen. Like I said, if you have Snagit or the snippet tool, you can use any of those. So let me just find my little cursor because it's hard to see. And I'm just going to take a print screen of those colors. Okay, so now I'm just going to right click because I can do all this in PowerPoint. And then I'm going to right click and paste, and I'm now going to save this as a pattern. So I'm going to go back to my desktop to my patterns folder. Hold on one second. And I'm just going to locate my patterns folder. My computer is acting kind of wonky. I don't know what's been going on with my laptop lately. I think it's getting ready to die on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this as colors 3. Okay, colors 3 as a PNG. We're going to save it. And now we're going to go back over to Cricut. And this time we're going to upload that pattern that we just created. So you click on Upload, Upload Pattern, Browse, and you're going to go back to your desktop and locate that pattern folder. Let me see how my computer is acting wonky. It just wants me to scroll. All right. So here's the patterns folder. We're going to take colors 3. And again, you can name it, assign a color, specific color folder to it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click on upload. And now we're going to cancel and go back to our desktop. And this time we're going to type Merry Christmas again. And remember, you have to change it from a basic cut to a standard print. So we're going to go to the font type, not font type, sorry, but to the operation and change it to standard. And then we're going to click on the black color, change it from color to pattern. And we're going to locate our pattern. And you can see I've uploaded many patterns out here. Let me see if I scrolled too fast. I saw the first 2 that I've added out here. Okay. So this is it here. And there is our pattern. Now you can edit this pattern and play around with the colors. You can make the colors bigger or say larger, so you can see the look is different. And again, I do highly recommend when you're working with this to add that little bit of an offset just so that it can really make your colors pop. So I'm going to go in just a little bit, and then I'm going to change my offset. Oh, I forgot to hit apply. I don't know why I always do that. And then I'm going to change my offset. Okay, there we go. Apply. And I'm going to, well, the black is really pretty. So I'm going to play around with it, and I'm just going to duplicate this. And I'm going to change my offset on this one to red. Okay, a little different. But I just wanted you to be able to see, and then I'm going to put them both together by grouping them. Just highlight and group, and that way you'll have everything, right there together. So now you can see all of these pretty, I moved that one. Let me make sure I group it. Now you have all of these different little stickers, so to speak, that you can create inside Cricut Design Space without, or either in Microsoft PowerPoint, whichever floats your boat. I wanted to be able to show you both ways and how to do that in Cricut Design Space and in Microsoft PowerPoint, because some people only have Cricut Design Space, some people don't have Microsoft PowerPoint, some people don't want to invest in Cricut Design Space and they only have Microsoft PowerPoint or Word or something like that. So that's how you can go in and create your own pattern. You could very easily in Microsoft PowerPoint change that color scheme just by turning that around this way. And all I'm doing is just changing the sizing, the disposition of it. And then I can bring this down to make those colors even come together even more to pop for me. So now I can do save as. So it's a lot more you can do quicker in Microsoft PowerPoint than you can do in Cricut Design Space. But, play around with it, guys, and follow what works best for you. So now I'm going to call this colors 4, just so I can show you that depending on what you do with it, you're going to get different looks. So now we have that as color 4, and when we go back to Cricut Design Space and we upload it, that pattern, browse, and we're going to go back and locate the pattern. That's probably going to make me scroll. See, told ya. It's acting really crazy, but at least it's the first folder that we get to. And I passed it. There we go. So we're going to just change this. We're going to call it colors 5. Hold on one second. We're going to cancel. And let me just go back here to PowerPoint and say save as. I think I already did 5. Okay, I think I did it already. I just missed that step. All right, so back to Cricut Design Space, upload pattern, browse, and I'm not even going to search there. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll and click on pattern 5. Now I'm pretty sure. Okay, hold on one second. Save as. You got to be prepared, guys. Sometimes your computer's going to act wonky, and you got to be prepared for when it does so that you can just keep it moving like it's no biggie. Okay, so we're going to call it colors 5 now. Or maybe that it did take it right here. Yep, it did take it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back over and browse. Let's cancel that. We're going to start over here. Upload pattern, browse, desktop, and we're going to go down to our pattern folder. And So that was it. I did it as 4 and thought I did it as something else. All right, so we're going to upload it, cancel, and this time we're going to type Merry Christmas again, and the font again that I'm using is called Slime. And we're going to change it from a basic cut to a standard print by going to Operation. And then we're going to change the color to Patterns. And we're going to go and locate that pattern that we just uploaded, which I think is this one. So you can see it's a little bit different. And again, you can play around with the colors, but notice that the colors are much different than the one we just did. So what you can do is play around with the pattern by editing it. I don't know why I got tongue tied on that. And make the colors bigger. So now you get more of all of the colors in there, and you can continue to play around with it. But like I said, change it, to put that little bit of an offset on it. And I tend to like make my offsets smaller because I don't want them all big and bulky. And that's gorgeous. But notice the color scheme is different, but we got that black border on there. And you can change your um, offset to whatever color you want to play around with. I just start clicking on everything to see what I like. I kind of like that green or that purple. Okay, but you can kind of play around with it to get what you want. But this is just one way that you can go in, make your own Christmas stickers um, by using all the different colors. Let's see here. Okay, now it's not going to do. I forgot to center. Um, but yeah, so that's how you can go in and make your own little stickers, guys. And don't forget that once you do add your offset on there, to make sure that you group the two together, so that when you move them around, that they are moving. And so there we have it. We got all these different Christmas stickers now that we could utilize, that we've created ourselves inside Cricut Design Space or Microsoft PowerPoint, whichever is you want to use to your liking. All right, guys, again, the font that I'm using is called Slime. I will put the link in the description if you would like to purchase it. And then I've shown you how you can use shapes and add colors to them, and then print screen them or snip them using your snippet tool or snag it, but some type of way to take a snapshot of what you're working with and then save it somewhere on your computer, and then go back and upload it as a pattern with inside Cricut Design Space, so that you're not just stuck using solid colors or having to slice so many times so you can get multiple colors. But this is one way, which I think is much quicker, to add different colors, and it keeps you from having to buy different color vinyl. Okay, because here you have right here, what you need just by creating your own gradient type color scheme. All right. All right, guys, if you're currently in my Facebook group, thank you guys so much for supporting me via Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group, the name of my group is Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. You can send me a Facebook group request to that Facebook group, and we'd love to have you. It is a private group. And then if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, then thank you guys so much for supporting me via YouTube by liking and sharing my video tutorials. And if this is the first time you've seen my work and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, as we'd love to have you. I do upload tutorials weekly, sometimes one, sometimes 3 or 4 or 5. But check out my playlist so you can see I have about 240 videos out there, or tutorials out there that may benefit you in one way or another. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And as always, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day.